Well, countries around the world have escaped largely unscathed after the sixth most powerful earthquake on record triggered tsunami warnings across the Pacific. New Zealand's entire coastline was put under an active threat notice. But gremlins in the system meant some people were sent multiple alerts and others none at all. Here's senior reporter Juliette Speedy.
On the far eastern edge of Russia, you could hear the land slide as the 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit. At a Russian hospital, cancer surgery was interrupted and the patient held steady as the operating theatre rattled around the doctors. These were the first effects of one of the most powerful earthquakes ever recorded. It struck out at sea and threw water up onto the coast of the Coral Islands, where it rearranged the layout of this fish processing factory. As tsunami warnings howled, urging people to get into their cars and head for higher ground. Stay there, said the regional governor, until the tsunami warning is withdrawn. Hundreds of kilometres across the ocean in Japan, where they've learned to live with the possibility of a giant wave that destroys everything in its path, town centres in the north of the country quickly emptied, and more than 2 million people were ordered to evacuate their homes. Some gathered on rooftops for fear of what might be on the way. I grabbed only what I could carry and came here as soon as I could, says this woman. Such was the strength of the quake, the tsunami warning stretched across the Pacific, felt as far as Chile and California. In Hawaii, guests on the lower floors of this hotel moved to the corridors upstairs, while on the beaches, the sirens blared and some worrying sights were seen.
When that water receded in Haleiwa and we saw some boats kind of laying on the dry rock and sand, that gave us pause. That doesn't happen for no reason. When the water pulls back like that, that means there's activity in the ocean. So again, we keep our fingers crossed that we don't suffer a big tsunami.
Back here, the entire coastline of New Zealand was declared under active threat and a danger to swimmers, surfers, people fishing and anyone in or near the water or close to shore. Warning systems are better than they used to be, with these GPS tsunami buoys, which send out real-time data.
Dart buoys around the Pacific saying that we were having an event coming towards us, and actually all the evidence showed the expert group, scientists, that it was going to impact the entire country.
But the official emergency alerts that were sent out were a mess. Some people received multiple alerts across the day and overnight. Others received none at all. Even Parliament was confused as to what to do.
Do we know? Can I have some advice, please, from the... I think we will. We'll just adjourn for a moment until we're certain.
Yes, totally accept the fact that we've had late alerts, multiple alerts, some alerts that haven't come through. Apparently there's a whole lot of technical reasons for that. NEMA now is working with the telcos to make sure that we make that system even better.
The pier closed at New Brighton Beach. People were warned to stay away from all beaches, but many ignored that.
Did get the tsunami warnings come through on the phone, but sort of historically, these tsunami warnings have never really amounted to much.
And I felt reasonably safe, and I thought I'd come down and keep my fingers crossed and everything should be all right.
We just came to the hot pools, but as the tide's going out, it looks pretty safe.
There's been a high level of compliance in terms of the alert that's gone out. There's always some people that choose to ignore these, and that's not uncommon.
Some have questioned the need for an alert at all, but Mitchell dismisses those concerns.
We don't have the luxury of playing Russian roulette with people's lives. Is that when we have a significant event and a massively significant event like the earthquake in Russia.
Because he says officials never know if they're going to get this or something as dramatic as this, the Boxing Day tsunami of 2004, which cost 228,000 lives.